everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist, and welcome. This is Rogue, who was just being rude to Hank because Hank wanted to come up here. So Hank is eating worms. That's what we call it when you're like well sad. Are you done being rude? Will you go behind me? No? You want to sit right there? Okay. Okay. I'm sandwiched by dogs. The big dog is over here. Let me see if I can show him. Let me see. Say hi, Hank. No? Oh, well. Sorry. So I only have a couple of cross-stitch projects. I've worked on them a lot, but I only have a few. I do have a finish, and I have some crochet, and of course I have my plans for next month that I can squeeze in around packing and moving. So my finish is I finished candy swirls. This is from the 2023 Christmas Ornaments cross-stitch magazine, and it's designed by DeBorteli, I believe. I will not be finishing it with Kreinik. I will make it a pillow. I have some fabric that has this type of candy on the back. I think that'll be cute, but yeah, we'll see. I have so much stuff piled around everywhere. I don't even know what I'm doing. And it's late in the day. It's almost 6 o'clock. It has been a weird day. I had planned, sorry, I was trying to get something within my reach. I had planned to do this earlier today, but I had to do a webinar at 10, and that lasted till almost 11, and then my son wanted me to go do an errand for him, and then my sister Beth wanted me to take her to get a prescription, and then by that time I forgot. And I was cross-stitching here, and I went, oh no. And I thought about just waiting till tomorrow, but we'll do it today. The thing I've been cross-stitching on mostly is, oops, no, I had it right the first time. We Do Geek by CrazzzyStitch, and I've gotten a decent amount done, although, can you see that white? Kind of not, huh? It's glow-in-the-dark white. I thought I'd like the word magic to be glow-in-the-dark, because glow-in-the-dark is kind of magic, right? And it's showing up pretty good. It's showing up well here on the video, but in person it's kind of hard to see. You know, against the wall or something, maybe in certain lights, but you know, then when the lights go off you see it. So maybe I was thinking of maybe backstitching around it with another glow-in-the-dark color, but I don't have another glow-in-the-dark color that I think will look good with this. I have orange. Backstitching it in orange. I tried backstitching it in a Light Effects, like the little sparklies. They don't show up on this fabric either. I could backstitch it just in this color that I'm using here, and that kind of would make sense. Put in the comments what your ideas are. I mean, I could frog all of that, but I kind of would like it in glow in the dark. So that's what I've been stitching on mostly, because I finished Candy Swirls. And I finished the other berry that I was working on earlier this month. And yes, I know I have other new starts that I already got started, but I want to work on that. So my other cross stitch that I've worked on is Under the Sea Temperature Chart, designed by myself for our Etsy shop, Three Sisters Creative, which I'm about to put on vacation mode because I don't know what life has in store for me in the coming month. So I did a little bit more down this way. I had wanted to do more, but I was rushing around doing stuff. So, yeah. Now, you see this fish right here, this orange fish, that represents 90 to like 102 or something, I don't know. But 90 is in there. That temperature was reached at 9 a.m. That was the high. We had really bad storms later that day. By 9 a.m., 10 a.m., the skies were dark. We were getting dust storm warnings and flash flood warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings. The flash flood warning was for, excuse me, the flash flood warning was for quite a bit of area here in Arizona. And there's a tiny town that just got slammed. People got carried away, cars got carried away. It did rain quite a bit here. The mountain just north of, it's kind of in Scottsdale, it's kind of ASU area, Camelback Mountain. That mountain had a waterfall going off of it. And that's because the ground gets so dried that it doesn't absorb water at all. But when I saw it, and in Phoenix proper, there was a hailstorm with hailstones so big and falling down so violently that it was knocking windows out of cars, the back window. And I was like, oh my goodness. Now, I had a car that I sold. I had it, was totaled due to hail damage. And it looked like a grapefruit, little pock marks. But it was little hail. It was a lot of little hail, but it was little hail. These cars were trashed in Phoenix. Phoenix proper, the city Phoenix. And the little town was just out of town, and I can't remember the name of it right this minute. It was a bad storm that day. We had rain again the next day and the day after, I think, but not too bad. Not too bad. No, I think maybe it didn't rain on Sunday. Anyway. So the two projects that I plan to concentrate on, my cross-stitch projects. One of them is Erica Michaels' Holly Jolly Christmas. And I FFO'd one berry. This is the other one. If I can find a picture of the other berry, I'll put it here. I have all of my berries in a little drawer set because I take them out and, move around. They're really easy to decorate with because they're small and I can keep them in a small area. I know I have a photo of it, but I'm not sure if I can put my hands on it. So here's the other one. But what I'm working on is this. And I know people say, oh, you know, type is so easy. Not to me. But this is how far I am. This fabric, I don't think Hobby Lobby sells it anymore. It's 18 count something. 18 count? 16 count? But I don't think Hobby Lobby sells it anymore. Vintage, I think. They have vintage still in oat in 14 count. But I liked it. I bought versions of this in 32 count just at the attic and things. I like this grayish blue modeling. I wish they still had it. Hobby Lobby doesn't have a lot of fabrics they used to have. And I was going to do another ornament out of the magazine, but I've decided not to do that this year. So I'm going to concentrate on Wolf by Pigeon Coop, Max Pigeon. And it's not a very big pattern. When I started it, it was just like, I want to start something, you know, so it's just a barely started thing. And let's see if I can fold this. This fabric is, I haven't used it very much, so it's very, very stiff. That's as far as I've gotten. And that is the circumference of this piece. It is a circular piece, and that is the circumference. It's very small. So I have high hopes that I will get some good progress on that. Now, if we weren't moving, you know, because I've barely begun to pack. Now, most of our packing is done. It's in a storage unit. But there's still a lot of, you know, we've been living in this. So we've been living here for a year and a half after packing all that stuff up. So we need to just decide what we can live without and, you know, deal with it. And pack up the things that we have purchased to replace the things that are in storage. Yes, there has been some of that. And of course, my craft supplies take a few boxes. And so I got to decide what I can live without over the month. So I might put aside my blanket after like October 15th or so, just so I can pack everything up. I might not do any cross stitch and just do, crochet and just do cross stitch. Yarn takes up quite a bit more space than these few items that I'm working on. The other thing I plan to be working on is Heaven and Earth Signs Mini Snowman Snuggles. Now, I had gotten to here, but I purchased the digital pattern and I tried to put in what I had done, and now that I can see better, I'm like, some things are in the wrong place, some things are not well done, and it's very difficult to frog because of the, you know, crisscrossing threads. The back is bad. So what I'm going to do is flip it over and start again, because I don't have so much done that I can't just start again. I've had it for a while now, like a year or more than a year, and I think starting again is going to be less confusing, less frustrating, and I I tried parking threads, I hated it. So I've studied, pin counting and all these other things, and it'll be so much easier with the digital copy and pattern keeper, so I can keep track of my stitching a lot easier. That was one of the problems I would run into, is that if I was off, I used a copy, but if I was off by just a little bit, it would mark the wrong thing. And I printed out that copy 3 times trying to get that right. And even off of all of those, I couldn't figure out which stitches I had. And I was like, it's easier to just, when it comes down to it, frog this. But I'll wait until I'm down there and then I'll frog it. So now, let me tell you what Whipco calls new starts. Hands-on design blackberry, which is wonderful because I just finished blueberry, doing it on the same fabric. And that's 18 count oatmeal from Hobby Lobby, which I also think they don't sell. The other thing is this Trick or Treat. This is by Barbara Anna Designs. I don't think I'm going to use the words trick or treat at the bottom. I might make this into a stand-up. Maybe. I don't know. Never done a stand-up. And I'm doing it on 14 count fabric that I've dyed myself. And this is probably this way. This is it. And it's not reading really true to color. It's kind of a, let me fold it so you can see it better. It's kind of a bluish color with maroony red modeling on it. I think it'll look good with the colors that are in the pattern, and I think that all the colors will show up well. Put eye drops in my eyes, and they made my eyes shiny. For my crochet, I'm almost done with my pumpkin. This is a free pattern on the Caffeinated Snail. So she has lots of free patterns. They're all pretty good. This is supposed to be yellow, but I ran out of yellow and decided to use that color because I bought this color specifically for this, because I could have sworn it said to use this color somewhere, but it never called for it. So I'm on the final bit. And then I make the stem, and then I put it together. I might wait and put it together after we move, depending on when I finish it. We'll see. Oh, sorry. I'm trying not to throw that on the floor. And then, as you know, I finished this. This is called Baby Alien. This is Galactic Beast. We were laughing at the names. I managed to take out the safety eyes. I managed to destroy some fingernails doing it, but I took out the safety eyes. So I keep thinking, how safe were those eyes really? they were stuck on there pretty good. But and my sister suggested buttons, and I found these buttons, so I think that's a perfect size for little eyeballs. And I made the Galactic Beast, and I'm gonna put some there for his eyes. Now I'm supposed to crochet a mouth. I'm not sure I want to. I might crochet it and see what it looks like, but looks like a nose to me. What do you think? So, yeah. And then, I've been working on this, but I haven't been showing it because it all just looked the same. This is Reindeer African Flowers by Crochetify. And I have 11, which is what I need of this shape. And then I start on the next shape, which I need 8 of. And that's basically this pattern, but longer on one end to make legs. Maybe I need 4. I must need 8. He has 4 legs, right? I know you use 2 per leg, so. I forgot to show my blanket when I was showing my crochet. I'll insert it at the end of the crochet. So I finished the kitties with the hearts, and I started this gingerbread roof here, and I'm on the 2nd row of that. There'll be 1 more row above that. So here's where I am. Yeah, so I'll be inserting this in the video. That is my crochet. Now, I have some patterns that I'd like to gift to people. I have 3 other patterns. If you have not looked at the 3 Sisters Creative video, I put 3 on there, and you need to go on there to see if you want those. And it's 2 berry patterns together, or the Felice Naughty Dog and OMG Tree together, and then the cats plant pots. Now here, if you would like this pattern, answer using reindeer in the comment. This is by Dirty Anna's, and I loved working on it. If you would like this pattern, this is by Sweet Wings Studio. Use the word heaven. This is a very small pattern. It's 69 by 45, so you can whip it up for Christmas really quickly. This other one is 108 by 130, but it's not full coverage. So, reindeer, heaven, or moon. This is Blue Moon Garden. This was in this year's Needlework Market, Carriage House Samplings. And answer the word moon. And that's everything for today. So I'd like your opinion on whether or not the Galactic Beast needs a nose. And also, there was something else I asked you for your opinion on. So while you're deciding if you want those, you can answer those questions. Anyway, I'll mail those anywhere in the United States just so that I can easily decide on what postage will be. I wish I could say that I'd send it anywhere, but what with moving and everything, I need to keep careful watch on my finances. So again, I'll draw names next week from the comments. Okay? Thank you. Bye.